Self murder. Ow. Lagi kena teguran dari YouTube pasti. Bodoh amat.
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me.
Gua tapi senang PA kali.
You call these grits?
You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their death.
Yeah, it means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea.
Sore
That
juga,
is
Bis.
not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
All units, officer detail, 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe.
Gua main game ini kena teguran terus sama YouTube ini. Terlalu sadis. Bodoh amat ya, ngebanet aja lah. Saya tidak peduli ya. Tinggal bikin channel baru ya kan.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Aduh, kayaknya pembunuhnya masih sama nih.
Brothers, Pinker?
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're ready.
Habis selalu bis, jadi gua tidak bisa berhenti ya. Aduh lo. Ih, sampai dikulitin yang ini anjir. Oh, gua kira kulit anjing. Ternyata
If
stoki.
she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Another day, another dollar.
The lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force.
Bang, sama kayak yang sebelumnya nih. Tapi kayaknya beda sih itunya, talinya ya.
Kiss the blood, BD.
Waduh, ngeri amat. Cewek apa cowok?
Only 21 years old.
Anjir, masih muda banget.
Why the library card? Did he want us to find it? Another wedding ring torn from the finger.
Udah kelihatan
No
tulang.
skin under the fingernails.
What? Hati-hati lu tadi begal ya. JMB-nya minimal cukur lah, Dek.
The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered.
Yeah. We know the MO. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown.
Kenapa
He still
keren ya?
believes the Dahlia group has medical experience.
YouTube mah banyak banget aturan ini.
All murdered,
Lo
all
komen
put
kayak
on
gitu aja langsung
display, all with
keren.
messages.
Mueller had no
Gimana lu
message.
streaming
Look,
ginian?
Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but Clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
Pindah ke Bigo aja lah kita lah. Cuma ada 2 doang. Ini apa nih?
May as well follow the trail.
Antonia.
Huh. Same as the library card.
Iya ya. TikTok lebih parah lagi coy. Makanya gue nggak mau di TikTok ya. Udah jedodin ya. Ada something. Dari sini coy. Buset, diseret dia berarti. Lah, kerik-kerik lagi. Parah utuh ya. Katanya sih tanggal 1, besok tanggal berapa? Sepatunya nih.
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
Berarti 2 hari lagi. Bisa dari mana nih?
On it goes.
Apaan tuh? Ini crime scene-nya gila juga nih. Oh, ini yang tadi. Ke sini. Gede banget. Batas nggak dibatasi sama dia.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
Mau pemilu biasa ya.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook. You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
Pengalihan isu cuy, atau dibikin nggak kondusif ya, apalagi ibaratnya kan Aceh, you know lah. Apalagi
It's got to be a code or a cipher.
Oh ini. Oh justru dia nyari dukungan di sana ya.
Hey, I think I see a body.
Kan dia kan kekuatannya cuma di situ doang, cuy. Nggak bisa naik kah? Gila, nih orang niat banget. Jauh lebih keren ini, cuy. Kan buatan Rockstar juga. Coba aja nonton dari yang pertama tuh.
Empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us? He clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
There you go, Phelps. I got a new MO. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident.
Ini baru kali ini nih crime scene-nya panjang banget, gila. Ini mah kayak orang main-main ya.
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Ini game Rockstar paling ngeluarin budget gede, cuy, pada zamannya ya. Karena dia pakai teknologi mimik wajah. Nanti deh kalau lagi interogasi ya, lu liatin deh mimik wajahnya. Satu-satunya game yang pakai teknologi itu cuma game ini doang, bis. Ngapain nyari kesini?
The trail points up.
Kunci lagi. Cincin. Cincin yang
Pulled from the
ditempel.
finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
Psikopat nih orang ini pasti. Kecil pakai kuas, niat banget.
Looks as though the killer was decorating with this.
Iya tasnya. Nyari tasnya gue dari tadi. Biasanya di sini nih ada something yang bisa jadi lead ya. Ini potongan yang tadi nih.
Son of a bitch wants her identified.
Sengaja
Mrs.
banget ini
Antonia
pembunuhnya.
Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street,
Kayak
downtown.
di film apa ya? Conan ya? Yang kayak Catch Me If You Can gitu loh. Anjing, ditantangin gue ya. Oke lah, gua akan tangkap pembunuhnya ya. Sekarang ke rumahnya dulu deh. Cari motifnya apa nih?
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, you close the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
If he's got a
Iya,
confession,
dia nantangin, dia
then, you
songong
know,
banget.
there's ways of getting
Satu-satunya tuh
I'm sure.
pembunuh yang nantangin baru ini doang nih. Kayak semua dikasih lu clue-nya gitu. Coba bisa nggak lu tangkap lah deh.
Officer needs help. Bank of America 7th and Olive at 211 in progress and shots fired. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Gua tangkap dulu. Patroli dulu ya, bentar deh. Gua nggak patroli di kemarin ya. amat tuh.
This officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive. Officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive.
Nah, ada perampokan kali ini. Oh, benar perampokan.
What's the situation?
Half a dozen shooters, sir. Cold-blooded sons of bitches. Real professionals.
What do you mean?
Witnesses say they bounced in, aced the guard, and went straight downstairs. Christ knows who they're working for, but whatever's in that vault, they want it bad.
You picked the wrong bank to rob, my friend.
Move it inside. We've got to clear out the bottom floor.
Come on, make a push for the building.
How long do you think you can hold out?
I'll cover you.
Stay down.
They've blocked the goddamn stairs. Detective, take the elevator.
All right, I'll wait here. Don't give them a chance to regroup.
Wish me luck.
Buset lu sendiri ya.
Buddies upstairs are dead. That leaves you, pal.
Oh, what's taking so long?
Give it up, chump. I know you're there. Give it up, chump.
Just you and me. You can live to tell the tale.
As soon as he pokes his head out, we step on it.
That's it. That's all of them.
Lah, belajar nembak dulu, Dek. Baru ngerampok ya. Nembak nggak becus mau ngerampok.
Car 11K. Shots fired, suspects are down. We're code 4 here, but I need an ambulance at Bank of America. 7th and Olive. Notify coroner and detective headquarters.
Roger, on your ambulance 11K. All units, code 4 on the 211 and Bank of America.
Lanjut. Interogasi sih. Goblok anjing. Oh, malah berhenti. Udah ganti dah tuh. Anjay, ngedrift coy. Waduh, serem amat. Kos-kosan ya?
Wait just a moment. I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara LaPente, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives.
Ya,
It's his wife.
iya Bu.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am. Hey, Cole, get moving.
Gua udah jalan, Pak. The left ya. Ini kan. Wah,
A smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
dia diculik kah? Tadi dulu. Ambil dulu kocak.
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from.
Kayak pagar. Pagar siapa nih? Asal. Kaliin aja nih partner gue ya.
Okay, we have an address.
Suaminya nih.
The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence.
Pintu belakang.
himself. I read about him in the paper.
Belum tentu. Tapi biasanya nanti dari suaminya kita bakal tahu ya. Dulu.
We have some questions, ma'am.
Gue
If you're up
nanyain
to it.
ibu kosnya dulu ya.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband.
Oh, dia nuduh suaminya pasti.
She was serving him divorce papers.
If I
That's
killed
a
every
radio.
wife to serve me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
Muka dia kelihatan cemas ya.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I have no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Are you sure?
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar. She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar. It's a Latino
Kalau
place on
kebohong,
North
kalau
Los
ngebohong gue
Angeles
tahu
Street.
coy,
That's only a
kelihatan ya.
couple of
Tapi
blocks
kadang
from where we
ada
found the
juga yang
body.
ekspresinya nipu cuy. Kayak kasus sebelumnya gue gatot tuh. Padahal kasus sebelum gue gatot tuh bintang 5 gue. Semua terungkap ya. Tapi yang kemarin anjing susah banget itu sumpah.
You've had a break-in?
No, that can't be true.
Bohong lagi lo ah.
You're being economical with the truth, Mrs. Lepenti. What do you have to hide?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
So Antonia lost her keys and used an iron bar to jimmy the back window?
I heard a noise in the early hours of the morning. I thought it might be a raccoon at the milk bottles. It'd be very bad for business if this news got out. I have a
Makes sense, eh?
reputation to protect.
Makes sense sih.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's about all of her jewelry.
Dicolong lo sama lu ya. Gue tahu.
What about her bracelet?
I
Bang.
don't know anything about a bracelet.
Tapi dia emang. Tapi kalau gue kasih foto ini dia belum tentu.
Antonia was so innocent,
Aduh
detective.
lu.
Catch this killer.
Sabar. Tapi lu nggak mungkin gak pernah lihat fotonya kan? Gue doubt aja deh.
Looks like I was mistaken. We didn't find any jewelry upstairs. You haven't pocketed any evidence, have you?
That's outrageous. Are you accusing me of theft?
Soalnya gue nggak ada bukti dia
Thanks, ma'am.
ngambil
You've
itu
been very
ya.
helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
We can either front Angel,
Anjing, gue
saying
salah
as the
satu
fingers
dong.
pointing right at him, or we could check out.
Padahal itu penting banget tuh. Tapi sih sepertinya dia nggak terlibat sih. Dulu. Dia nggak pakai. Udahlah, ke suaminya aja. Kayak dicolong nih sama nenek-nenek kampret ya. Tapi udahlah. Dia cuma ingin melindungi kos-kosannya doang, cuy. Kemana dulu ya?
I thought I was coming on strong with the ex-wives line.
Sometimes you have to be firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that?
Kabar dulu aja. Dan nanti gue punya cukup bukti kalau
You don't think it's
suaminya
strange that all these murders are
macem-macem ya.
happening to girls who've been out drinking?
No. A broad
Awas, boy.
drinks. She gets a bit tight, she starts mouthing off. This leads to that, and she ends up in an alleyway. Sad story, but this town's seen it play out 1,000 times, Cole.
Why don't you want to see a connection here?
Because there are perfectly good real-life suspects for every one of these murders. We don't need to go looking for the monster under the bed.
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3. No big deal. After a while, you just numb yourself to the experience.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure. A woman taking control over his life?
Then she fronts him and he snaps. Works for me. That makes Angel a killer as well as a piece of shit.
Emang iya, GTA San Andreas mau burik, coy.
What can I get you?
LAPD, Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah, me and a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. Oh, what did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Ya karena di
You
LA,
know her
bro.
well? Was she a regular?
San Andreas itu kan LA.
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs.
A waitress, can I have another spoon?
Where's that goddamn waitress?
Surat cerai.
Divorce papers? Did you open them?
No need to. She was
Ngapain
shouting
kasih ke
about
dia?
it and waving the letter around. Said she was going to show him.
Show who?
Can you remember what jewelry she was wearing?
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. You know, the temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? And my phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across
Kalau
the
mau
street, so I
bohong tuh
suggested
pintaran
she
dikit,
try that.
Pak.
She seemed reluctant.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was going to serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
She attract any interest?
An extremely drunk young woman? What do you think? She managed to scare them off, though.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Bener semua coy.
No problem.
Bisa gue baca dia mah gampang.
Get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last question.
Dia
What
nggak
size
pinter
shoe
bohong
do you
soalnya ya.
take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have wide feet.
Pakai logik aja kalau ngomong sama bartender mah. Aduh, ini apaan? There's something in here.
Did you cover my shift on Wednesday?
Out of order.
You hear him in musical films, and now you hear him on KTI.
Dia nggak bisa.
Big Joe Turner.
Sir, do you work here?
Sorry, pal, just making deliveries.
From where?
Just Pig Fruit Market across the street.
A fruit market delivers here?
Yeah, sure does. The Mexes love a little slice with their tequila.
Fine, thanks.
Where's that goddamn
Oke.
Just picked Fruit Market. That's where Antonia went to call for a cab last night.
Oh, makin tersambung nih. Mungkin si cowoknya itu ada kerja di situ kali ya, di perusahaan buah itu kayaknya. Good,
A
good.
waitress. Can I have another spoon?
Oke, kita ke situ dulu baru ke suaminya.
You want a tip? Refill my coffee next time.
Lah dekat. Sudah jauh. Lah tutup.
Shut. Great. We'll need to come back later, Phelps. Maybe somebody here saw Antonia the night she died.
Kulit pisang, mau kira apaan? Tutup lagi kampret. Untuk belakang kali buka. Tutup juga.
He's dull as dishwater, but I'm not willing for the conversation.
Goddamn Bruins are having a season of hell.
Padahal nih leadnya ada di sini semua nih. Mana lagi temen Aing? Bego. Dia ngikutin loh. Tahu jalan lelet.
How about we drop in on the husband instead? See if your gut is right.
I'll take a bar over a husband every day of the week.
Oh, dekat lumayan. Nice. Orang kaya kah? Oh, kos-kosan juga.
Maldonado is in apartment 304.
Berarti lantai 3 ya.
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest.
Lah.
Now look. What do you think?
Ayo gelut yang benar. Ayo.
Say goodnight. Damn. They got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place going over, then talk to the neighbors. And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
Just picked fruit market. Suppliers to the El Dorado.
I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
No.
The El Dorado must be a family favorite.
Situ tadi.
This
Apa
will take
ini?
some explaining.
Apa ini? Ada apa-apa ya?
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of Angel's movements. He's got no alibi, he's toast.
Kenapa semua suaminya ya?
Probably nothing.
What do you want?
LAPD, we're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
Tangga yang menyebalkan.
No good. There's nobody here.
Anjir, kaget gua.
Sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids. LAPD. Were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Bisa jadi yang di bawahnya lebih dengar ya.
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
I kept thinking you were going to call that one a nosy old hag too, Phelps. Well-executed restraint.
I'm executing restraint right now, Finbar.
Halo, ada telepon tadi. Mana telepon? Okay.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages for me, please.
Message from Captain Donnelly, Detective. Your presence is requested urgently at Central Station. A new letter from the Dahlia killer has been found.
Ah.
Thanks, ma'am.
Aduh. Biar dia kali. Tapi orang lain yang di kambing hitam kan ya. Udah buka belum aja ya? Buru woi.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
Now he sent another.
I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. Seen the body? Fucking cased his nozzle way into the guts. How? Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking side.
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
They're waiting down in tech services, Phelps.
Bawah.
Two peanuts are walking down the street. One was assaulted.
Downstairs, where is the downstairs?
We gonna go downstairs and see Donnelly or what?
Laut mana?
Mouthpiece
Oh.
stripped off me at the grand jury. Face was thrown out, now the DA wants my head.
I recognize that guy from the papers. He's a cop.
I don't mind that you're talking, so long as you don't mind that I'm not listening.
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all the spares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and type from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
I've changed my money. I would not give me a square deal. Fuck beauty tax.
Heap upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
That's why we called you in.
You think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finnis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
Hey, don't mind me.
I recognize that guy from the papers. He's a cop. Are we going to the Mocambo this Friday?
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
So if you didn't kill your wife, who did? You better come up with something, Angel. This doesn't look good.
Fuck you. I loved my wife.
You're good, kid. You murder your wife and you just sit there as cool as a cucumber.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
Huh.
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far, and you lashed out.
I told you. I wouldn't accept a divorce.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
Looks like somebody broke into her room and stole her things there, too. Why'd you do it, Angel?
What the hell are you talking about? I was home with Hippolito.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
We're typing the blood, Angel. Won't look good if it matches your wife.
As God is my witness, I didn't kill her.
One last question, Angel. Do the words "kiss the blood" mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that deck.
Banget interogasi orang-orang kayak gini ya.
I used to be indecisive. Now I'm not so sure.
Were you there? Is anybody making coffee soon? Hey, do you guys need to stick around with them? Ini nih gudang informasi.
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line. Are you working Friday night?
Sir,
We
I'm
can go out afterwards.
Wait, you look familiar.
Hey,
From the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She had me back until last night.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Something bad happened to her, Clem. And so far, we have her husband as a suspect, and you. Give us something that will make us go away.
Me? You think it was me? Do I look like a violent man?
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
Buntu coy. Waalaikumsalam.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
I just don't know how to dance to bebop.
Oh iya, nggak apa-apa. Apa ini?
Why cut someone who is already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. Must have seen it during the war.
Santai.
I got a call back for that universal chorus line.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
Dia kayak dijebak gitu deh, serius. 253. Dua. Lima. Padahal nggak mungkin dia, tuh kan bener.
This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Clem!
God damn it, get after him, Cole. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Belt.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
Ooh! It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect.
Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Gue rasa bukan dia sih, terlalu obvious ya.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor, lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Di bawah dong. Dasar. Udah kayak yang beneran aja. Bintang 2 doang lagi. Bintang 3 doang lagi.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show? Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. Sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
The white sosmed.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. Ray Pinker will let us know in good time.
You think those bike boys get any on the side? Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to 45.
Hey, that's that cop. Seems like a decent guy. If olive oil comes from olives, where's baby oil come from?
Greetings from sunny California. When's it going to stop? Fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Yeah, Californians love a fat, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up in San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to say.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home run. Sometimes you just gotta make first base. That guy there will lead us up.
I'm steeling myself for what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead body. You're used to seeing them. You're the gig when you work in homicide, Phelps.
Kayaknya brutal nih.
Detectives?
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body? Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries?
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Oh, ini bukan yang biasa nih.
Nothing significant.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same. No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene. There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Ya apa deh?
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks for your help. Can you keep things under control until Pinker and Carruthers finish up?
Sure, Detective. We'll stay out of their way.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on it. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow.
Can't be the same guy as what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Any Central unit, possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit to handle code 3, identify. possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit to handle code 3, identify.
11K, go ahead.
11K, roger. Citizen reports at 415 at Alvera Street Plaza. 11K, it's code 3.
You're crazy.
If I'm crazy, it's your fault. Running around behind my back. How am I supposed to trust you, goddammit?
Whoa, sir. I think you ought to calm down.
Mind your own goddamn business. Why is everybody always on my case?
Anjir.
Officer down! Watch it! Don't shoot me. Give it up, old man.
Get the bastard.
Car 11K. Code 4 at Alvera Street, but I'll need an ambulance. Shots fired. Suspect is down.
Roger on your ambulance, 11K. All units be advised, code 4 at the Alvera Street Plaza.
At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white ducks.
The citizen reports a man with a gun on Grand between 4th and 5th.
Oh, no.
Any Central unit, identify.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go
Cara
find
washi
register and you
washi.
can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress. Is it there?
F1363 F1363 63.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake. What do you think?
We have a lead. Let's find out what the husband has to say for himself.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Terrellson? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Terrellson?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Terrellson, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
it's procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Terrellson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. Want to hear something funny, Terrellson? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules them out as a suspect.
Don't think this is any use to us. Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Check if she was a regular.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that. I wonder why the picture was turned down. Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
Di belakang.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Why everything is the husband ya?
So she went out without her handbag? She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. At least she was spared that particular indignity. You can see if Pinker can match the impression of the crime scene.
Udah ini mah semua berkat dia ya.
If you'd excuse me, ladies. Maybe if... No. For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
For the record, Tarleton, did you kill your wife?
Oh my God. No. I didn't kill my wife. And fuck you for suggesting it.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. paid the sitter, and went to bed.
In sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, Lars.
And you're the perfect husband, I suppose.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Charlton. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Oh, aneh ya.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thank you. Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Or anytime. Shakespeare is a bird and is a fox. During hot summer days, it's the bird committee who discovers its
Don't make me chase you, shitbird. You can't let the son of a bitch get away.
I can't decide between
Bates! We just want to talk!
Come on, you got a ride. Get in and drive.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands. I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. He's showing you how it's done.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
What the heck,
Hit him, Cole. Spit him out. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Put your hands in the air! Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead, and your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor Boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
We're all on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Paul. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3.
You see a taxi anywhere?
Yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitford. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitford, 11K.
Where's that cab got to now?
Mana?
11K, further on your APB on yellow cab number 3591.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's Bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It was a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor. He was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
The Crystal Ball.
What time? 4:15 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identify.
That's gonna ruin my day.
Disposal of the chemical by the War Assets Administration is made necessary because no public carrier will accept it for transportation to a
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
mana aja ketemu hobo leader. Walaupun nggak signifikan nggak apa-apa.
Always bother. Leave me alone. I fought. Where's my wife? Nobody cares about me. I took a
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. Do you know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the lead. These guys can wait. Phelps, leave him be.
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Oh, there's an oxymoron. You can't do this!
Has that just been paid look about him?
That broad got stocked in the brazier.
Are you linking up?
Oh, I wish I could afford that.
This guy's kind of screwed. Going to church doesn't make you a Christian, any more than staying in the garage makes you a car.
Meg for running. That price is outrageous.
Goddamn Bruins are having a season from hell.
You wait. 5 years from now, all our jobs will be done by robots.
Gede banget nih.
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just crap? That broad has socks in it.
Oh, I wish I could
You're a
afford
real
that.
asshole, you know that?
You can't do this.
Hey, that's that cop. He's like a decent guy.
Slow down. Can't we talk about this?
Sam is taking me to Palm Springs.
The heck?
Ah! Got a problem, pal?
Are you drunk, mister, or are you just cracked?
That broad has socks in it, Brazil.
Where are you, hobo leader?
This guy's got a screw loose.
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Kalau dia facial scarring udah berarti benar. Udah gitu aja lah. Udah ribet narik.
All units also need help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that.
He's in interview 2.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
They weren't even his prince and he still confessed.
Mana interview 2? Ini 1. Mana cuk? Sos. Aja lu. Interview 2.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab, and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. Got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
It's not how I'd put it.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard. Three suspects in the can and 1 on the hook. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Terrelson picked up.
11K, roger.
Calling all cars, citizen reports officer needs help, shots fired, officer down. 6th Street and Lindley Place. 6th Street and Lindley Place. Unit to handle, code 3, identify.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
This guy must have escaped the loony bin.
I'll need to run the loop.
You are a modest little person with much to be modest about.
We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
What the hell?
PR
Let
banget
me guess.
anjing.
Hiding from the wife?
Mungkin tangkap si hobo aja kali ya. Ini pelaut itu bukan.
All-American 7-4, let's go get him. This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
Mana nih juga.
Nope, still no sign of him.
Did you doze off, Rusty? I think you slept through my solving the case.
Yeah, very funny. You just give me a nudge if you see me, right?
How about you nudge me?
I think that's a job for your wife.
Oh, Rusty.
Mana nih dia? Gitu kan? Kan gitu. Temu-temu anjir.
How long is this bus route?
It actually covers an area around the size of Central Division.
The probability is we'll find it about halfway around.
Bad luck says we'll be chasing it all night.
Nah, itu dia tuh.
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road. That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
So Standard Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers and left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
Berarti bener nih dari awal sih awal.
suspects in the vicinity in any Central unit. A 211 and shots fired, 410 South Flower Street. Units that can handle code 3, identify.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic. You need to hold out for the cavalry line.
How do we do that?
Like this. Buckshot, keep you down, Phelps.
If you want your
Disciples know what you did last night?
we need to fight for it!
Staking red.
What do you think, you're Joe Louis?
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the...
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked? Got some papers off that big case.
Doesn't look like anything.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer. Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Can't we talk about this? Slow down. When's America gonna understand? It's about business.
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
Fuck you! Isn't it the park you talk about?
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out.
Bates is a recidivist. He'll be...
Gently.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession. We can charge the bum with murder. I think the power's gone to your head, bro.
Mouthpiece source.
We're going this way.
The grand jury case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head. Can you identify the man in this picture?
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrellson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrellson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
You have an alibi? Someone reliable. Someone who will be around on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrellson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Lompat. Kita bintang 5 ya.
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that torch song when I'm burning.
Feeling gue di detektif gitu deh.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that death.
Another body and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
What exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, though? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
I heard he's an honest cop. Now there's an oxymoron for you.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Blair County address.
The address is bogus. Purpose having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine. The man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that, Mel? Skipper ain't gonna like this one.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up his vanity.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak to the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them. This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Good morning, ladies.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her. We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Someone was trying to get her to come home. Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age. Lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Good morning, ladies.
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Hey, can you give me a hand? I got a hard
Detective
case
Phelps
to
and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Psycho.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine. Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop! Don't hit him. You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
You found her lipstick. What did you write on her body?
What are you talking about? I didn't write anything.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Doesn't give me anything, guys.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks, ma'am.
We can talk about it later, Phelps.
Good morning, ladies.
So what next?
I say we try the liquor store next. I could get a short dog for the car.
Not much help. This doesn't pertain to the case.